All right, ready?
Yep.
As
Never.
we'll ever be.
As we'll ever be.
We'll never be.
Ready as we'll never be, baby.
Oh, God. Hey, everyone, and welcome to episode 679 of Good Luck High Five.
You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you're playing it in a hellscape
Well,
or you're somehow not. We're
Yeah.
here for you.
and by the way, if you're not, hey, drop
Tell
us a
us
line
where
and
you're
tell us
at.
where you're
Where
at.
are you
Let us
living?
know about that place.
Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Maria, and I'm back, baby.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Megan, and I've always been here.
And I'm a third host, Tyler, and I'm glad to be out of my cage.
I think this episode is going to be unhinged because what else can it be at this moment in time?
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
Yep.
I'm grateful for this cathartic laughter that we have together here.
Yes.
And our weekly goof. This episode, before we get into the meat and the bones.
Wow, we could go meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
No, we're
but
going
instead you
meat
went
and bones. This is going to be a good old meat and bones.
Yeah, you know, that's what you want to have on your plate. Some meat and a lot of bones.
I mix metaphors all the time. I don't know which two I mixed for meat and bones. Like,
I'm not
but
meat
sure
and potatoes
and like off the bone, maybe. Like we're gonna get. I don't know.
I don't know.
That bone one is a real puzzler.
We're gonna get into what's coming up at the end of this week, which is the Pro Tour. I know you didn't think there was gonna be one so soon after the World Championship.
How could it be possible?
But there's
what?
one
Joke's on
already
you.
happening, baby.
It's happening. It's going to be happening in Richmond. It's a closed event. It's not part of a MagicCon or anything, so don't even think about coming unless you're qualified.
Don't you dare show up in Richmond, Virginia if
It will
you are not
not go
qualified
well
for the
for
Pro
you.
Tour.
It's Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed, and we're going to get you ready by going through all of this top strategies in draft and touch on, I know we talked about standard a lot last week, and by we, I mean not me, but these two.
Oh, yeah. You were included.
I
You were
talked about
spiritually
it
here
in
for
my
sure.
head when I was listening to the episode with you.
Oh, that's crazy. I
You
wish I
all.
could have listened to what was happening in your head.
You know, it was wild. When I'm editing these episodes, when I was editing when you two were hosting, I would sometimes think of a joke, and then one of you would say it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I love to hear
Yeah.
that, actually.
That
That,
makes sense.
that warms my heart.
It was
Group
wild.
mind.
It was
Yeah,
group
group mind.
mind.
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time.
Quite some time.
It's true. It's true. And also, this is normally when we do our episode, kind of breaking down the draft format for you all, and so we're going to do that in the wrapper, the foil container of the Pro Tour episode.
The meat of the episode, and then the bone is underneath it.
Or if it is a wrapper, think of this episode as like a pack, like you've bought a pack at your LGS and like this, and you've carried it home with you, and then you've opened it and somehow like put it inside your ears.
Yeah, I was thinking of it like a burrito, like the foil around a burrito.
Oh, yeah, that works as well.
And
then the tortilla is another wrapper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's gonna go wrapper.
So stay tuned.
Wrapper.
You know what the foil is, but stay tuned for the tortilla.
The truth is that we are. Yeah. What is the truth? I don't even know. What was I gonna say?
Well, you were talking about combining the two. You were talking about the episode.
We're gonna
The
give you.
thing is we're gonna get you ready to watch the Pro
Thank
Tour,
you.
and if you're not about watching the Pro Tour, we're also gonna get you ready to be better at draft. Or if you're not ready to be better and you just want to be worse,
Keep being
that's
bad.
fine.
That's fine as well.
Also,
If you want to
support you.
we also support you in just continuing to be bad if that's kind of where you're
I
at right
agree.
now.
Like sometimes you just want to vibe. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Sometimes you jump into this draft and you are train wrecking it, and you're just like,
there are
who
times
cares?
there were times let's see, I sat down and did a
Tyler,
draft.
you don't experience this, but Meg and I perhaps do.
I sat down yesterday and did a draft where I was just like, I would be in the middle of making plays in my game and I'd be like, I haven't even looked at the card I drew.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not here to play the game.
I'm just
here
here
to
vibe.
dissociate.
I'm here to vibe big time.
Vibe the game.
So no matter where you fall on that spectrum,
Yes.
If you could keep track of where, what side
Well,
was which as we were explaining
the
it.
spectrum, of course, was the meat to bones.
Yeah. And
Love
you
that
could choose which
spectrum.
side was which in terms of all the things we just said.
oh my gosh, my brain is such a country fried chicken right now.
Yeah,
Let me tell
ooh,
you. After I'm back from surgery,
Yeah. I mean,
into the
yeah.
world.
Such as the surgery still happened and
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
still continuing to heal.
Indeed. Yeah. My body's spending a lot of energy healing itself, which is, it should be doing,
Yeah.
but it's
Yes.
annoying to me because I'll
Yeah.
be like, I would like that brain power to do something else, please. And it's like,
Nah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're good. Today, I will report, is one of the best feeling days I have had
Oh,
yet.
well, I'm
that's
very happy to
great.
hear that.
Early in the day,
it
I
is
will
early in
say,
the day,
but
and you are doing
Nice.
now this thing that may,
that may tank me.
Yeah.
That's very true.
very possible.
But yeah, I would thank you to everybody who gave me, like nice messages while I was gone. Hopefully you enjoyed my half a good like high five episode cutest card review, as well as my draft I did. If you
Yeah.
didn't watch it, you can go check it out from the early access event. So I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah,
set.
you can. Well, yeah, it's a good. You can go back and judge
See
based on what we
and-
say in this episode. See
Oh,
how
yeah.
it relates to what happened then.
Oh, I don't even want to think about the cards I passed in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
because we know a lot more now, and I will say, just to preview, like I think is a very interesting draft
I agree.
format.
It is. I'm coming
yeah.
around on it. I had some pretty strong
Yeah, I know.
hate for it early on.
Yeah.
And I still don't know that I love it.
Yeah, fair.
That's fine.
Fair.
But I will think we can agree that it's interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah.
You
I'll
know?
give it that. I'll give it that.
Yeah, yeah. Before we kick off the show, we're gonna say thank you to our Patreon supporters who support us on patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Yes. Thank you so much who make this possible. Thank you
Whomsoever might make it this
Thank
possible.
you so much, whomsoever you are, that makes this possible.
Yeah.
We do really appreciate every single one of you. As much as you are able to give, no matter what that dollar amount is, it really means so very much to us.
It does.
That you think of us when you are considering the things that you can give money towards.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We want to thank some new patrons who have pledged at the $5 a month level or more with some puns this episode. First up is Sean.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to do all mine in song form. So
Oh
we'll see
my
if that
goodness.
goes, how that
All
goes.
right.
So for Sean, I go Sha-na-na-na, Sha-na-na-na,
Oh.
Sha-na-na. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Tyler, that's
That's
incredible.
for sure. Oh, thank
That's
you.
like one of the best puns that has happened on here.
Wow. Oh,
Excellent.
Gosh. Wow. Oh,
And a
God.
lovely baritone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did used to sing a lot. I don't so much anymore, but when
Did I get your voice part right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I used to be a tenor, but it probably
Oh, okay.
my voice was probably
Sure.
This was in college, really. That was the last time I did.
Sean, if thanking you and being appreciative of you is right, then I don't want to be Sean.
And mine for you, Sean, is Sean, you didn't Connery us. You really did become a patron.
Yay!
I like that a lot.
Next up, thank you to Joseph. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you,
Yay,
Joseph.
thank you, Joseph.
I'll say Joe, your current events.
What song is that?
I don't know, but it's from something, and it lives in my head, and now it lives in yours, I hope.
Wow.
It's from like a radio show or something. There's like
Okay.
know your current events. Like, yeah, I honestly can't tell you. I was hoping that
Maybe somebody knows
I
who's
knew that it was a
watching.
thing, and I was hoping I would say it out loud, and you all would be like,
No.
oh yeah, that
Oh
thing.
yeah,
but
and said Maria and I were like, absolutely
No,
not.
no
No, in our
clue.
lives.
No
that's
clue.
what I have for you, Joseph, and thank
Yeah.
you for giving.
Joseph, you're my Technicolor dream goat.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, we have not had enough Joseph the
Joseph, I
Amazing
agree.
Technicolor Dream coat references on this show.
Yeah.
Joseph, thank you for Joe stepping up and becoming a patron.
Yeah, you did. And finally, thank you so much to Paul. Paul, what do you got there, Tyler?
Oh gosh. All right. Hallelujah. Oh, I'm not.
Now I think you're singing a different song.
Na, 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 na. Hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm butchering this song.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're getting it.
God.
But I
That's okay.
understand the
Yeah,
sentiment.
thank you.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
good.
I needed a pitch. I needed
Eric's pitch pipe.
Yeah, that's like that. It's so hard. I thought I would be able to do it, but hallelujah.
Is that it?
Hallelujah.
Oh, there we go.
Hallelujah.
There
Thank
it
you. Thank you.
is.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Don't copyright strike us. You do.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Paul.
Megan, for the assist there. I really needed it.
I exist to help people get there with their Leonard Cohen song.
All I can think of is the Watchmen scene with that song.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's all right. That's
put
fine.
that in your brains.
No, that's fine. I mean, I did like that.
Paul, all I can say is that you're really doing that for us by becoming a patron.
What?
Dune.
Oh,
Paul,
I did hear more like donut, and that's where my
you're
mind went.
doing it for us.
I understand. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag Muad'Dib.
Yeah, and all I have to say is I cannot believe you have the Paul to support us.
But we're glad you do.
Mitigated Paul.
Yes,
the
but we're
unmitigated
glad that you
Paul.
do.
Yeah. If you're gonna be Paul, you might as well be an unmitigated Paul. You know what I mean?
So
That's
true.
what I think.
If you support us at $5 a month or more, you get puns like those,
Similar to that.
which I think are great.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/GLHF Magic. We also want to say thank you to everybody who has supported us in our fundraising drive to raise money for the hellscape that is here in Minneapolis that we're currently living in. I haven't checked the numbers, but I can only imagine we're at over more than 3,000 at this point.
Wow.
Can we push
Yes.
it even higher? I want us to get to 5. And for that to happen, I know listeners that you all probably have supported already. I need you to share our social posts. So we're going to post this on our Instagram, on our Blue Sky account. You can post it's in our Discord. You can share it in your Discords. You can take our graphic and share it around because we want so many people to donate. We've got a wonderful prize package. I'm going to put a picture of it up on the screen. It's got a lot of stuff. It has 2 collector booster boxes.
Yep.
It's got Bloomburrow. It's got
a nice secret layer in it.
It's got that secret layer from the Christmas secret layer
the Christmas
last year.
countdown thing.
The Christmas countdown secret layer.
Yep.
We were donated a wonderful rainbow foil Sheldon Menery secret layer.
Which is really cool.
Which was told to us because he would support this cause.
Which is very kind.
Which is wonderful. So that's been donated to us. So that's in there. We have a box of...
There's the tickets to ShoeCon.
Two tickets to Shoebox Con.
Shoebox Con, thank you. I knew I was going to say it. I knew as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, this isn't quite right, but here I am. So I shall say it.
I'll go to
Love
ShoeCon.
that,
Yeah, ShoeCon or Shoebox Con, whichever.
Go to them both.
You can go to them both. Box of the current set, which is Lorwyn Eclipsed, the collector booster. Did I already say that?
Who's to say?
Avatar box, play mats, deck boxes, card sleeves from Dragon Shield.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Walpole also is
Tyler
donating.
Walpole has signed a playmat that's going to be in the box. We also have a very cool prize, which is Brian David Marshall, Pro Tour historian and beloved firm fixture of the Magic community, has donated a private Commander and Cocktails party that he will host on Spell Table for you and your friends. Send you a cocktail recipe that you can make, and then you can play with Brian David Marshall BDM on this if you want. Bring your friends. So that's very cool.
Yes,
prize
very cool.
donation.
Yes.
And if you are wondering, we put out a couple of places that you can donate, including Unidos MN. But if you go to standwithminnesota.com, there are a lot of different places there that you can give if you give to any one of those.
Yes.
Anything on standwithminnesota.com, send us a screenshot. There's lots of different stuff on there. Like I said, so lots of different organizations.
Yeah, absolutely. The main point is we want you to feel motivated to do something, and this gives you a great incentive to do so. So yeah, we previously said this was open till the end of the month because the atrocities persist.
Oh my God, true. And I mean, all joking aside, it is.
Oh yes.
We don't it's impossible to go all the way down into it in this moment for the three of us, but it is a truly heinous atmosphere that we're in Minnesota, and the
it
things
is
that
indescribable.
Have happened. It's indescribable.
I have tried to talk to people who don't live here about it.
Yeah.
and they very kindly want to know and want to listen. And I am at a loss for words.
Yeah, we see, you know, we see people who are trying to help other people losing their lives doing that, and that is, there's not words that can describe what that is. To see your neighbors try to be there for other people and then lose their lives because of that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Everyone, we're in it here in Minneapolis, and it's like trying to take the soul out of our bodies.
Yeah.
And we're trying to say we want to keep that soul alive in any way that we can, and we're fighting to do so. And so please help if you are able, and share it around. Like I said, we're keeping this open now until February 15th. So you have more time to share it with your friends, family, just to be like, hey, there's this thing going on. It's cool. Do you play Magic? Do you not? Hey, enter to, win this prize. Like I've seen it kind of circulating around, and I want to get it out there to more people so that we can get that number up. Yeah. So thank you if you've already done that.
Yeah, thank you.
I will also say one more thing, and then we can move on to talking about Magic, because we also must.
Yeah,
I must talk about Magic as well.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
One, if you are unable to financially give, call your senators and make sure that they do not pass additional funding for DHS and ICE. Send everyone that you know a text message telling them to call. Call every single day. And if you are in any other cities that aren't Minneapolis, there is still federal immigration action happening in your city.
Yes.
Very likely. But the thing is that there are 3,000 of them here, and they number where you are probably less.
Much less, yeah.
Much less, in the hundreds, not even 1,000 of them. And so you can still, even if you are not here, you can be getting out there, and you can be making it more difficult for them to abduct people.
Yeah.
And if you are able to organize networks like people have here in Minneapolis to stop that from happening, it's crazy how effective it is here when there are 3,000 of them. Consider how effective you could be.
Yeah.
In the city where you are.
Seeing it happen in Minneapolis, I have to say it is truly one of the greatest things I've witnessed in my lifetime as an American citizen.
Yeah.
People coming together in Minneapolis to work as communities to say these are our values and you are violating them, and so we're going to uphold them for ourselves because nobody else is protecting us.
Yes.
We're going to protect each other. It is truly, truly one of the most remarkable things I've witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the government murdered a second person here, and all I saw was more people show up.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Which is an incredible,
It is.
which is also an unbelievable thing to see.
I'm going to use my authority as the descendant of the man who designed the Statue of Liberty to say this is bad, not cool, and we as Americans do not like it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, you've spoken for everyone
whatever
now.
authority I have.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you using it.
I mean, look, his mom was the model of as a Statue of Liberty for her face, so I feel like
you're a descendant
you
of
look
that
like
face.
her.
Yeah, you
You're a descendant
are
of
a
that
striking
face.
image of the Statue of Liberty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
honestly
spitting
look,
image. I said
I look
striking,
more
but I
like
meant
him, but
spitting image.
oh,
Which
either.
which I
Meat
will
or
say,
bone, whatever.
I
maybe
was
to
going to say,
close-
you're the meat and bone.
Yeah. But I will say, speaking of spitting, though, one last piece of this, and then we will talk about Magic, is that there's a great quote that is going to have to probably be slightly bleeped here, but there's a great quote from a union leader in the UK back in the day when unions were like more of a militant thing. And the quote is, "If we all spit together, we'll drown the."
Ooh, I love that quote.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Everyone, the Pro Tour is coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can check it out on twitch.tv/magic or on Magic's YouTube channel. We're going to be playing some Lorwyn Eclipsed Draft and Standard with more than 300 players, I want to say, who are coming to this event to throw down, which is very fun. It's the first Pro Tour of the season, which is always exciting.
Yep.
We just had the World Championship. Now we've got a clean slate starting over. We'll be awarding the Player of the Year trophy to Ken Yukihiro as well,
cool.
Yeah.
which is pretty fun. But yeah, so if you want to tune in and watch it, we always say make sure you tune in the mornings for draft on Friday and Saturday because it's very exciting. And speaking of draft, let's get into what's going on with draft.
Heyo.
How have y'all been feeling about it, Megan?
All right. Well, I started off deeply negative.
Yeah, you've had a journey of it, for sure.
I was deeply negative at the
You
beginning,
really
and
were.
I'm still not crazy about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Alright.
be very honest. I will say that to me, it has felt very princely. There have been.
Tell me what you mean by that, just for anybody who doesn't know.
For those who don't know, it just means that it is very defined by balmy rares, by rares, and I do still think that to some extent holds true for my experience of it. It would just kind of be like, I would have interesting games sometimes. But then a lot of times it'd be like, this is an interesting game. And then like one of us would play an absolute bomb. And it's like, and now the game's not interesting anymore because this card is so powerful. It runs away with the game.
Yeah.
And I think that is for me a little bit of the experience of this format. And I don't love that. I like a game that's interesting all the way through.
Yeah.
I like a game that's interesting all the way until one of us wins. As opposed to a game that's interesting all the way until one of us plays
a certain card.
A certain card. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's your experience?
Yeah, I would say I can't necessarily argue with what anything that Megan said. I think I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I think they've done something interesting, maybe intentionally, maybe not, to offset some of the like amount of bomby rares there are. And that is that there are a lot of bomby uncommons.
Oh,
and I
that
think
is also true.
I do think that it is possible in this set to end up with like I think you can go into the draft thinking I want to get like 2 to 3 busted cards in my deck, and that can be a strategy you follow. And I think that can allow it to feel a little less hopeless or like frustrating when there are rares that come down and just end the game. I think most of the rares I've seen have been at least like not creatures that like just win the game and can't be answered. Like if you have a removal spell in your hand, I think there's like a number of these bombs that are answerable, and that feels okay to me. I do think it's egregious specifically that there's a number of rares that are like the best cards in the set versus like mythics being the best cards, which I think always feels a little bit better. Specifically, there's kin binding, which
yes.
you know, do we want to get into individual cards here? Yeah. Kin binding is 3 white for an enchantment. Creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. So, you know, that already sounds great. And then it also says at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token.
Megan, you drafted 2 Kithkin? I mean, 2.
Yeah, you've had 2.
I've had 2 different drafts where I opened this card.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
And yep, let me tell you, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And that's a card. It's a rare, and that comes down, and it just feels like, this game is going to be really hard to win from here. Like, and there's not a lot.
The game feels fairly over.
Yeah, they're just a hard card to interact with. Another card that's even better than that card, win rate wise, is Gloom Ripper.
That's crazy. Yeah. I was going to say that nothing can beat kin binding.
Now there's 2. There actually are 2 cards that beat kin binding.
Wow.
Gloom Ripper is one of those 3 black for a 4/4 elf assassin. When this creature enters, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -0/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves you control plus the number of elf cards in your graveyard.
I don't know why this is elves you control plus elves in the graveyard, to be honest with you.
It's really absurd. It's because elves have the mill sub-theme.
Yeah, they do.
I know. But I just wish it was only in the graveyard, not that you also control.
Yeah,
I think might help.
Yeah, it might help a little bit.
Whatever.
I have played this card, and I did one time 14 my opponent with like a creature and then kill their best creature.
Well,
and,
because you usually have a trampler.
Yeah, or a menace creature. There's that 3 and a black, 3/3.
One of the best commons.
Yeah, it is one of the best commons.
Very good card.
Very good.
Best art in the set as
and
well.
And that card plays obviously very well with this one, and that is the card specifically that I was swinging at my opponent, and they were at 16 life, and I had a 14.
Well, you ain't safe.
Yeah, I had a 14/14, and then I had 2 power creatures, and it started the turn with 2 blockers in play, but then one of their blockers died to this, and they lost the game from 16 life from there. So
that's wild.
Yeah, this card is incredible. If I ever see it, pack one, pick one, I'm like, yoink.
And it is helped by the fact that elves are the best. To again, previously I'm going to say elves are the best deck to be in right now. Last card I'll say that is at that very tip of the top bomb wise is Ashling's Command. 3 blue
I got
red.
wrecked by this card yesterday.
And it just
raise your hand if you've been victimized by Ashling's Command.
It really, and you keep reading and you're like, wow. So it's 3 blue and a red for a kindred instant elemental. So it counts as an elemental, you know, for the things that need to behold, or, you know, if there's somehow, you know, something about the
or if you're searching with that,
or
with
if
the
you're searching.
uncommon.
Yep, that's right. Yep, those are the 3 things. And so it says choose 2, create a token that's a copy of target elemental you control. Many of the elementals in the set have the best enter the battlefield effects. A lot of the vivid cards are elementals, and those cards are some of the ones with the most busted enter the battlefield effects. So that first one is there's a cycle of these, and they're all pretty good, or like most of them are pretty good. This one is the best, partially because they all have this copy, you know, target elemental or elf or goblin that you control, that type of text. And this one specifically copying an elemental is often going to be the, best of those options.
I'm not super interested in copying a Kithkin.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think that, that's true because a lot of the Kithkin are on the smaller side. So anyway, elemental, copying elemental you control also has target player draws 2 cards. Okay, already pretty good. Like those two. Also has Ashling's command deals 2 damage to each creature target player controls. So again, this is an instant speed board clear.
And let me tell you, there are sets where 2 damage doesn't mean a lot.
Yeah, and this one is not.
This is a set where 2 damage can.
Oh yeah,
2
really
damage
clear
can
board.
sometimes just be like goodbye to all your creatures.
Yeah, which that's pretty good. Then also says target player creates 2 treasure tokens, which that one probably is the least used of the options. But still, if you sometimes you're just going to need that, and that's an option you have. So yeah, that card again, and it's a rare, so it's just are cards you're going to see a lot more often than when it always feels like a miss to some degree when there are cards that the highest win rate cards in draft are rares versus mythics.
Yeah.
I think played more of this set than any draft set in recent memory, and a lot of that, of course, is down to the fact that I'm forcing myself to lay on the couch and try to not do too much. And let me tell you, there's only so much Drag Race you can watch before you're like, they're all blending together.
Yeah, though that number is pretty high.
Did the new season start?
Yes, the new season has started. But then again, when is a Drag Race season not airing?
That's true.
That's
a real big question.
I remember one of my favorite. There's a queen from Boston on it that I really like. What's her name? Oh my god.
Oh, can you Google it? I need to know.
Briar Blush.
Briar Blush. Oh, Briar has been a main character in the first few episodes, let me tell you.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So I played a ton of it, and I am having a great time doing so. Is that because I'm not doing anything else in my life?
Who's to say?
Perhaps. But I've climbed my way up into Diamond, and I'm just
nice.
I feel like I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
And I've been consuming a lot of draft content from a lot of streamers, and it's just been a fun time to play this set for me, even though I agree with Megan that sometimes these bombs come down and you're like, well, now the game is over where it had previously been interesting.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I've kind of tried to, I'm sure you have to adapt my strategy because this is true, which is like I'm always trying to pack enchantment removal where normally I wouldn't.
Or
some
just removal in general.
Removal in general for sure, and also not using my removal as aggressively as I'm used to using it.
There are times when other people use their removal aggressively on my creatures. I'm like,
thank you.
Water.
Yes, go for it.
Okay,
please.
Weird choice. Not what I would have done, but all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have to prepare for the fact that your opponent is going to play a kin binding, your opponent is going to play a sapling nursery, your opponent is going to even play Eyes of Morkant, right?
Yeah,
that
let me tell you. Okay,
Morkant's Eyes.
We just have to sorry, you said my sleeper agent awakening code, which is Morkant's Eyes.
Yeah.
I love that card, and the fact that it gets passed at all in pack 1
so passed.
is nuts to me.
The fact that these uncommons, which Tyler is going to talk about, are passed. Don't do it.
Morkant's Eyes says sack this 6 mana, make 1 billion elves.
Yeah.
And it
make infinite elves.
We'll just read the card.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler.
It's 1 and a green for a kindred enchantment elf, and then the first part of the text is at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. So obviously not extremely powerful, but in an elf deck,
really
that's something that is
deck.
It's selection plus getting the cards into your graveyard, which is something you want to do. And then it has 4 green, sacrifice this enchantment, create X 2/2 black and green elf creature tokens, where X is the number of elf cards in your graveyard, activate only as a sorcery, and it does count itself, which is important to note.
So once it goes in.
Yeah. So whatever number you see on this, like,
if
you're playing on Arena, you can kind of think of it as like that number +1 because it's going to count itself once it hits the graveyard after you sacrifice it. So
when I play it, I feel great. When my opponent plays it, I'm like, now there's I need to get there before they get to 6 mana.
Yeah.
This all being said, of all of this power being important, I will say that, but it doesn't preclude decks from goblins from winning.
Yeah.
Or decks like the Kithkin go wide strategy, even without a card like kin binding, from winning.
Yes.
You still can definitely win with these kinds of strategies, which I think is good. And I'm worse at drafting them for sure because I think they're a little bit more complicated. but it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the color strengths right now because we kind of touched on the story that Elves is the best deck in the format. What do the numbers say there, Tyler?
Yeah, so the numbers say...
As of this recording, by the way, which is the 26th.
They will probably change at least some. Especially, we'll highlight that this set is a set that has 5 decks that are like fully supported and then some like off-color decks. And those off-color decks, the data on them especially may fluctuate more because there's just fewer games being played with those for understandable reasons. So we'll go down the line. So the top deck, as we said, is Golgari, and that is at 59% right now, which is a very healthy win rate.
Healthy win rate.
And I mean, that feels right.
Yeah.
That feels unsurprising.
If Elves are even like, okay, I'll say one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah, please. Well, no, say as many things as you want, Maria.
Okay. This is something that has been bandied about in the community about what to do in drafting the set, and it is that you should make sure that whatever you are drafting is open at your seat. Because when you do, you are going to get heavily rewarded in pack 3 for having done so. Like you are going to pick up that 3/2 elf, the Eclipsed Elf or whatever, that pick 6, etc. That you wouldn't have beforehand. And that I agree with this statement. But also, I will say, like, if you can draft elves, draft elves.
This is a good rule of thumb, and we're all over the place, so let's just go with it. A good rule of thumb.
Oh, go ahead.
A good rule of thumb to think about is like if you get some like really, really busted cards right up at the beginning, like let's say you do open the that 3 black elf 4/4, one of the most busted cards on the set. If you get like one other good, like really good elf card, of which there are many, then I think you can just say like lock it in. Maybe of course if you're just like, oh, there's 0 elf cards coming around in pack 1, but I think that's one place where you can just be like, all right, tear off the knobs. I'm elves now.
Tear off what knobs are you tearing off?
Like on a radio. Like a radio station.
I'm thinking like,
set it to 98.7 and tear off the knobs. Like
you're listening to tear off the knobs.
Oh God, that's the show that I do.
Upsetting thing.
It is a very upsetting show. How do you feel? How do you feel about
You're
that?
You're listening to tear off the knobs.
No, it's a horrible channel. This is a weird snuff situation. Don't love that.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
I will say I also have one of the ways that I drafted 2 kin binding decks was both of those times I actually got kin binding in pack 2. And I had spent some time in pack 1 basically just being like, well, I'm going to be green for sure. And I'm not reading a clear signal on this right now of if it should be green white or green black. And again, coming back to the fact that it does to me feel kind of bomb driven. There's something to be said for sometimes. You just like if you can stay in one lane.
I fully
for a little bit.
I fully agree with that. And if you don't open those like really busted cards, I think
be open to taking a busted.
Exactly. That's right. Those are the 2 ways to go.
If your packs seem underwhelming and you're like nothing seems like a strong signal, or there's nothing really like this card is marginally better and or like marginally worse, but it keeps me in this color that I've been in. Something to be said for staying in one color for a little bit to see if you can either open something crazy or find out in the switch.
Next thing,
because I do think I'm going to say this. Tell me if you agree.
Okay.
I do think that you need 2 to 3 busted cards in your deck to trophy.
Yes.
I think, I mean, it's maybe not impossible, but I think,
unless you're goblins, I'm going to put that kind of in there, but whatever. I think that's true.
I think that's certainly what you should be shooting for in this format. I think that's true. And to speak to what...
You can get to 5 wins. That'll be it.
And speaking further to what Megan was saying, I think it also leaves you open to those hybrid uncommons, which are very, very powerful, many of them. And if you are more skewed to one color, you're going to be able to play 2 of those hybrid uncommons versus just the one that matches your 2 color pairs. So like, for example, if you're in blue-white at the end of the draft, but you're heavily skewed towards white, you'll also be able to play the Kithkin 2/1, which is worth playing. This is another thing to know. Like those hybrid uncommons, even if you're not heavy into those creature types, just a card that's a creature and draws you a land is a good card. And you will still want to play those in your deck.
100%.
They're slightly less optimal, than if you're just in like a completely dedicated elf deck and you have 3 of those. Like I think Maria showed us a deck where she had 3 of those of the Eclipsed Elf.
God, that Eclipsed Elf.
Me?
Exactly. And I'm saying that's great. Obviously, A+ if that is your thing. But even if that's not the case, those are cards you just want to play if you can cast them reasonably, given the mana that you have. And as Megan said, staying heavily in one color is a good place to be for that.
I'm going to be fascinated to see what the pros do at the Pro Tour in this draft format. I'm just going to be so curious. Anyway, let's keep going.
We were in the middle of our
color pair discussion.
I think we were just on the first one.
No,
so
we
then
were just on the first one. Were we? Interesting.
Yeah, so then the second best combination is green-white at 57.4%. So that's the Kithkin deck. Also very respectable, not quite 59, but respectable.
I think Kithkins, you got to go wide and you got to just keep hitting attack.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how you win.
And you want your Kithkins to be pushing damage if possible.
Yeah.
Like you don't, like Kithkins you just want your cards in that deck to be cards that are going to be able to get.
Sorry, that little 1-drop Kithkin that grow
Oh,
when you play other Kithkin.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Kinsbale Aspirant.
Oh, she's great.
I was going to say, Kithkin to me is also very uncommon. Strategy. Like it is an uncommon heavy strategy. You want Thought Weft Lieutenant.
Yeah.
You want Kinsbale Aspirant.
That gives him first strike.
Yep. You want Gallant Foul Knight is a common.
Oh, that's a common, yeah.
Thought Weft Imbuer, which is the 05 that gives it +X+X,
which is a real
number of Kithkin you control.
That's a real problem when that comes down.
That card, and then Thought Weft Imbuer gives trample when it targets a creature. Yep. And then the Klahan Festival.
Yes.
Those are all uncommons, and I would those are the cards. The thing about Kithkin
that make that deck tick.
I do like the deck, but it does require uncommon. The uncommons are where it's at.
I'll play that. I'll play the Merfolk in that deck too. The 2/2 that makes a 1/1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. The going wide stuff. Yeah. It's good in that deck.
Number 2, Celestia. Number 3.
Number 3 is white, blue, and Azorius and Merfolk. Yeah, 56.6% is the win rate on that. So pretty close together with Selesnya. Those two kind of you could roughly, we could do another tangent, but I'm not going to. We need to get through this. So
we need to get through this.
We need to get through this. We got more things to talk about. That's the next one. After that, we are looking at Is It blue-red elementals, so 55.7.
You all ever cast a Shine Striker?
Yeah, good card. Good card.
Love a Shine Striker.
That is the deck that I haven't drafted as much, but just generally the Vivid stuff I find to be very, very cool. And the way that I think I said this on a previous episode, but the way they designed this set and the way that the hybrid mana cards fold into Vivid strategy, I thought was really.
You're just gonna get Vivid just by existing. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think.
Let me tell you, I lost a game to a person who was just full on 5-color Vivid.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten that deck yet. I cannot wait.
I was just can't even be mad about this.
Yeah.
No,
look at you
draw
go.
5 Shine Striker, draw 5 3/3 flyer.
Yep, exactly. I was just yep. Glimmer Baron is how they killed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Killed me.
Yeah, sure.
Right, give something +5/+5 every.
Seems good.
It was great. I loved it.
I live in hope of the dream of drafting this deck someday.
Okay, why don't you just live in hope of actually doing it? Don't live in hope of the dream.
Of the dream.
Yeah, that's just cut out the middle. Cut out the middle dream there. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
no problem.
That's the push I needed.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, That's not. I'm sorry, I derailed us with that one.
Right,
it's a very cool deck that can win with chip damage from that 3/2. That does 2 when you play 4 mana or greater spells, and you have doublers, and they're they're uncommon as a doubler.
Yeah, but also just often, you're saying
doubler.
Yeah, I was when you said doubler, I wasn't quite sure what you meant, but yes, they're uncommon as the 3/3 flyer that when you play an elemental, if it has an enter the battlefield effect, it just always doubles it. Yeah. You're right. It doubles the triggers off
the trouble, if you will.
Yeah, doubles that elemental trouble.
It do be doubling the trouble,
and it's one of those cards that looks like a card like a 5-mana 3/3. I think is it 4 mana?
It's 4 mana.
4 mana.
Yeah, a 4-mana 3/3 that doesn't do anything right away. A lot of times that card, because you can get blown out pretty easily on that. You could get that could get removed by a 2 mana spell, and then you're like, oh, I feel bad about my life right now. But it's so good if it doesn't that it's still really very much worth playing. Because if you untap with that thing, yikes! So talk about drawing 5 cards. What if you're drawing 10? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Speaking my language.
Exactly. So anyway.
Ooh.
So that's blue-red.
That's number 4. Number 5.
Number 5 is Gruul red-green, which...
That's not even a supported color!
It's not even a supported color. My guess on this, I obviously can't see exactly what these decks are. This is a one where there's only 353 games that have been played, which is way, way smaller. For example...
It's 55.5% because no one's drafting it.
Well, maybe, or it's just I think it might be that it's it is another elemental. Like red green is kind of also doing the vivid elemental thing. And I think it might just be that like sometimes you're just like base green and like your red is like the elemental stuff that is kind of open. Like it's what it seems like to me. Because like there's 353 games.
I think you're probably
played.
playing that. Well, never mind. I don't want to say.
Well, say it.
That Noggle Basher.
Yeah.
Sure. You're saying the one that makes a treasure when it comes in and then dies. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great card. But there's been 26,852 games played of Golgari and then 353 of red green. So just take this with a grain of salt. This is a way, way, way lower sample size. So the data is going to be like way more skewed. So it is fairly high, relatively speaking, but also just very few games played. And then after that, I believe we are looking at Rakdos. So the last of the supported color pairs, the Gobos. This is 53.6%. I do have high hopes for the Goblin deck. I think it is like a harder deck to draft, and I do think it has fewer payoffs. But like if you have the enchantment that makes the 2 goblins, if you blight,
I think that's
and then
pretty necessary. Like the clock on festival, I think similarly.
Yeah, and the black-red uncommon that similarly deals 1 damage. That's the kind of thing the goblins want to do, and I think it just doesn't come together as often because of the fact that there's fewer like payoffs for it. That
people
really,
be hating on the Gobos. I don't think it's as bad as that.
I agree with that.
I just think it's more difficult.
I think it's a real deck. I think it can be drafted, but I just think and maybe just someone hasn't found the like exact right way to tune it yet. Like I think that might be one of those similar to like Otters and Bloomburrow, which it had really bad. Had a really bad win rate on 17 lands, but then like later in the format, a lot of the people who are very, very good at drafting were kind of forcing that deck almost. So I imagine goblins might be something like that. And then to round things out, we'll just kind of go through quickly the rest of them. I believe the next one is Simic, green-blue with 52.4%. Again, very few games played on this, so take it with a grain of salt. After that, I believe we're looking at Boros, red-white at 51.5%. That one does have more games played. There's been about 2,000 games played. Obviously, much less still than 26,000, but still more. And then last two tied for last are Dimir and Orzhov, both at 50.5%, and a similar more than the 410 or 353 games of Simic or Gruul, but still in the lower end of the number of games played. So these, generally speaking, you're going to want to be in one of those 5. If you're just sitting down to draft and you don't want to think too much about it, just skew towards those 5 supported color pairs, especially. And honestly, at this point, just skew towards the 4 other than goblins. Like just if you want to sit down and draft a deck and feel like I want to win some games, like just do that right now, because I think those are the ones that are way more straightforward to get into. But the rest, it's interesting. The rest of them, will there be a home for something like Orzhov in some weird, strange deck? Like that
I would love to see it.
A good win rate. We'll see.
Let's go over quickly the top 10 commons of the set, because these are the cards you're going to want to be looking out for when you're trying to draft these decks. Like Tyler said, number 1, which is a card I can't get enough of. I'll play 10 of them in my deck. Dawnhand Eulogist.
Yep.
3 in a black for a 3/3 menace, and then dings when it comes in if you've got elves in your graveyard.
Yep.
Currently the best common in the set.
Yeah.
I love this card so much, and it get passed. It get passed.
Yeah. And it took that spot from the next card on the list, which is Assert Perfection. Also an Elves card. This is the 1 in a green sorcery. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to up to 1 target creature an opponent controls.
It's so cheap, you need it.
And that extra, it's these type of bite spells are often like kind of mediocre, but that +1/+0 is really a huge deal, because it does make it so the creatures are not massive in this set, and if you give that extra +1 to whatever it is, the chances are you're going to be able to get a good creature, versus like sometimes you have those bite spells and they just your creatures are too small to get the thing you want to get. But this really makes it looks better. It plays out better than it looks printed on the card, because that is just a big difference.
Coming in at number 3, Scarblade Scout. It's a 2/2 lifelinker for 1 in a black.
Yep.
Crucially, it's an elf. It comes in, it mills you 2 as well to help out with your Dawnhand Eulogist. This card is great.
Also do good job.
Yep.
Good job,
2/2
buddy.
lifelinker also are already like a solid thing to have for 2 mana in limited, but then the extra stuff, the type
Love
and the
that
mill,
card.
very good.
Yep. Next up, Mist Meadow Council. Love this card.
Oh, yeah.
This is 4 in a green for a 4/3 Kithkin Advisor. It costs 1 less to cast if you control a Kithkin. And when this creature enters, draw a card. Yes, please.
Love it.
Yeah.
And if you've got some changelings running around, guess what? It's 4 mana.
That's right. If you're playing green and you have a decent number of changelings, probably just
put it in there.
Play.
The number of times I'm annoyed by this getting cast is truly incredible. Up next, Miro Sky Swimmer. This is the one I talked about before that I'll put in Kithkin. 3 Azorius for a 2/2 flyer comes in with a 1/1. It's vigilance as well.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's
and
a
it's
good card.
Convoke.
It's a good card. Yeah, Convoke is really what does it.
Yeah, the Convoke is really what does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, similar to what we were talking about with the +1 +0, if you just see Convoke on a card, just take an extra 2 or 3 looks at it, because probably even if the card reads like not great, like 5 mana 2/2 flyer, you're like, but then just that Convoke, it makes way more of a difference than you think about, making the card more powerful.
And if you're playing go wide, this baby lets you go wide.
It does let you go wide.
Next up is another elf, Lissalana Informant.
I love this card.
1 and a green for a 3/1 elf scout. When it enters or dies, surveil 1.
Yep.
This card will help you make sure you hit your colors of mana when you need to hit them.
Yep.
It'll fill up your graveyard if you need to. I don't know. I love this card. It trades with anything.
Yep.
Anything.
We've had a number of these types of cards in recent sets where they're 3/1 and they surveil 1 when they enter or when they die. And they're always better than people think, I think. They often get taken lower than they should. But this card, because it's an elf and because elves care about the graveyard, it really has supercharged it into something that is actively very good to have in your deck. Yeah.
Number 7. Explain this one, Tyler, if you can.
Okay. If you dare. The Kolrath Zealot. It's 5 and a red for a 6/5 elemental warrior. It reads, when this creature enters, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. And then it also has basic land cycling, 1 and a red. I think, my explanation for this is it just is like a really good glue piece in those elemental Vivid decks. Like, it is fixing for your mana, and it also has, those decks do care about ETB stuff. Like we've seen, their signpost is that card that doubles it.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, and also I was going to say, like, 6/5 is big in this format.
It is big.
Yeah.
6/5
it comes down and
here
6/5
is
big.
just big.
Yeah.
Yep.
He big.
Yeah.
He's a large lad. Number 8.
He's a large lad.
Love this card too. Safe Right Cavalry, 3 and a green for a 4/4. Can't be blocked by more than one creature, which is pretty brutal. But crucially, it also has 5 to activate to give another elf you control +2/+2 until end of turn.
And just say, it can be
elf.
itself. It's not.
Oh, target elf. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I should know that. That's how I killed somebody today.
Yeah, great. So you did. You knew that the card.
I knew it on some level.
Yeah.
It helps push through the damage. Any kind of onboard pump is good in this format. Like the 2/2 Kithkin that has it is incredible.
Yep.
Anyway.
And just this thing not being able to be blocked by more than one creature, it's a nightmare to deal with in combat. Like, the chances of you having a 6/6 are not high. As we've said, the creatures are just not that large in this format. And so what do? Like, they just attack, and it's a 4/4. You kind of, like, the threat of activation, if they have the 5 mana.
Like, this is a common, and it's acting like you need to deal with it like a bomb. And that's what's crucial, because are you using your Blight Rod on this? ?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes the answer do be being yes.
Answer do be being yes. I think that's right. Yeah. And I mean, like, to be fair, it is, it's a card that is, like, strong. Like, it's not like it's a, I think don't use it on like a 2/2 or something.
No.
But this is a card that could kill you.
And finally, number 10. You got to be tilling. You best be doing it at midnight.
I think this is 9.
Is it?
Well, I think there's a tie. There's a 3-way tie for 8, 9, and 10, I believe. Or maybe 11, 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
yeah.
Look
all
at
right.
that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever number it is, be tilling at midnight.
Be tilling at midnight. You best be tilling at midnight. If you're tilling,
best
you
be at midnight,
be
and
tilling at
you best be
midnight.
tilling a little pumpkin rutabaga or whatever this thing is.
Yeah, whatever this spooky radish.
Cute.
It's cute,
It's a spooky radish. I never looked at it.
Yeah.
He's been tilled out of his grave.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Well, and to read this card, it's 1 and a green for an instant. Mill 4 cards, then you may return a permanent card from among them into your hand. So just a card that is really good in elves. Sometimes we get a little bit of a bonus on these, but because this is an instant and because it just is in a deck, leans towards a deck like elves that really, really wants to have cards in the graveyard, it's just a good card. It gets way, way better if you have something like the Morkant's Eye or, those types of cards that really care about the graveyard. Then this might even be better than the win rate that it's showing right here. You might want to just skew towards it a little bit more. And
Flamekin.
Thank you. No, go ahead.
Flamekin Guildweaver is the another card that comes in at 10. 3 and a red for a 4/3 trample elemental sorcerer. When this creature enters, create a treasure token.
Yay!
Okay.
Just like
Thank you.
Very solid.
Play your 5 colors.
Thank you. Thank you for this card.
I like it.
I like it.
And finally, tying out our list, who can say Dawn's Light Archer is the 2 and a green for a 4/2 flash reach elf. It's a removal spell.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's one of like this is again a card that I think is being propped up a little bit by elves in the sense that like if this card wasn't an elf, I think the win rate might be closer to like 54% or something, but like 55 maybe. But the fact that it's an elf, it has those types and it just goes in the very best deck, and like you say, it can act as a removal spell or potentially some reach where it's like they attack, think they can race you, and then like you flash this in and they're like actually no, just kidding.
No.
Just a solid, not a card that I would look at and be like, I want to play this in my deck, but given the texture of the format, it's one that you do want to pick up.
And to round out our limited discussion, Tyler, you've mentioned several times the strength of uncommons in this set, and it is truly unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Uncommonly good.
They're uncommonly good. Yeah, thank you. I'll just talk briefly and say that there's something, and I think the format's early to say like whether this will be a bear out or not, but there's something about when I look at the win rates of the uncommons in the set, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are either A- or better. So like they're in that A- A range.
That's unusual, right?
It's very unusual. In my experience, I think there's usually, I've looked back through a number of the sets recently, and there's usually one card that makes it into that kind of like A- range. Like the submersible from
the 3/3?
Yeah, from Avatar is a great example from the last set. That card, very, very good. Excellent uncommon. The mythic uncommon of the set, if you will. But this set kind of has like 5 mythic uncommons. And to quickly go through them, the Eclipsed Cycle, specifically the top 3 deck types. So the Eclipsed Elf, the best one, 3/2, and we won't read. I'll just read this one, and they're all like you'll get it because of their cycle. So the Eclipsed Elf is 3 hybrid Golgari mana, so it's black green, hybrid mana for a 3/2 Elf Scout, and it reads: when this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elf, swamp, or forest card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of them on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is just a 3 mana 3/2 draw card, and that's just an excellent card. It helps you fix your mana. If you have a 2-lander and you have this in your hand, you probably are way more likely to be able to keep it. It helps with your consistency.
Oh, yeah.
And as we've said, there's lots of bombs in the set. If you're in an elf deck, this helps you find your bombs. And that added consistency to your deck, in addition to just drawing the card, is a really, really excellent thing for all of these Eclipsed cards. So that cycle, and specifically the Kithkin, the Elf, and the Marrow or Merfolk, those 3 are very, very good. They're all 62, like the Eclipsed Elf is a 63.9% win rate.
Jeez,
which is
Louise.
basically like a mythic rare. Like, that is like...
It is a mythic rare level for an uncommon.
That's right. And that card, so that's the cycle. And there's also Deep Channel Duelist, which is 63.7% win rate for a blue-white 2/2 Merfolk Soldier. At the beginning of your end step, untap target Merfolk you control, and it's a Lord. So instead of just being a 2 mana 2/2 Lord, which is kind of usually the rate we get on these cards, it also has an ability that the Merfolk / Convoke deck really wants. And then the last one in that kind of mythic range is the Morkant's Loyalist, which is the Golgari Signpost, 1 black green for a 3/2 Elf Warrior. Other elves you can control get +1/+1, so again, a Lord. And when this creature dies, return another target elf from your graveyard to your hand.
You ever looped these babies?
Oh, yeah. It's a Lord that your opponent doesn't want to kill, which is like the whole thing about Lords is like, well, I got to get this up.
Usually you want to kill it.
You do, but actually now they're going to get their best elf from their graveyard back into their hand. And as we know, elves are very good at putting cards in the graveyard. So what I think, broadly speaking, about these uncommons is that I don't know if this was intentional, but I like to think that maybe it was, because I do think the limited designers have been kind of hitting, batting 1,000 lately. The fact there are so many rares in this set that are really powerful. I think they wanted to make a set with some more powerful rares, but to kind of mitigate that a little bit by allowing you to get these mythic level cards way more often if you're in these decks. And I think that the fact that there are rares that are busted, but there are also uncommons that are busted, I think helps with the balance of the set and allows you to maybe not feel so bad about playing a deck if you don't get don't open a busted rare, because there's a good chance you're going to see one of these busted uncommons, and if you've drafted well, you're probably going to be in a seat where you might get past some late in pack 2 or 3. And I think that really makes up for some of the princely aspects of this format. Early days, but I think that might be true.
Everyone, go on out there and try this format out is my recommendation to you. I think it's really fun.
Yeah,
I've been having a blast and don't intend to stop anytime soon. Hey. I've got my eyes on Mythic. We've talked quite a lot about Limited this episode, which I think it definitely warranted.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
It's an interesting format.
And it's going to be very new when players still play it at the Pro Tour this coming weekend. We're going to touch now briefly on Standard. A lot we don't know about Standard.
Yes.
We know quite a bit less about what's going to happen at the Pro Tour. It's a brand new Standard format, so players are definitely going to probably be bringing new Standard decks that they're going to want to try out. Hope they broke the format. We have a little bit of a clue at what might happen because we just had an SCG regional championship happen this past weekend in Portland, won by Tristan Wild LaRue, who is playing sort of a new brew on the Simic, or new take on the Simic Ouroboros deck here, playing something called 4-Color Rhythm, which is playing and named after Nature's Rhythm. 4 copies of this card, which is X green for a sorcery. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And also has Harmony for X green. So you can recast it from your graveyard, which allows this deck to play like a little bit of a toolbox deck, going to get whatever you need in any given moment. It is still playing 4 copies of Badger Mole Cub, which has dominated Standard recently. So it was just noted that it's a little bit of a different take on that deck that we might see at the Pro Tour. Taking a look at the overall top 8 here from Portland, we've got a Jeskai Control, Sultai Reanimator, which we saw at the last Pro Tour, which I just love.
Or at the World Championship,
World Championship. Simic Ouroboros, Banned Airbending, another Banned Airbending, another Simic Ouroboros. There's the 4-Color Rhythm deck, and then Boros Dragons in the top 8 as well. Heck yeah. So we got a little bit of a peek that we might be seeing some different stuff coming up here. And
notably, there was a Boros Dragons deck at the Spotlight event the weekend before.
Okay.
That had made it to day 2, but didn't do great there. But was, I thought, operating on some really cool axes. It had the Nova Hellkite that it could, when you warp that in, there's a lot of stuff that it's really good to deal 1 damage to right now, those Badger Mole Cubs. And then the Clarion Conqueror is also another card that you can play on 3, which says that you can't activate abilities.
Which is
that might be
does
relevant.
mess with many decks.
Exactly. It's it's pretty good. So that was a fun disruptive deck to see.
Is It Lessons was, of course, the breakout deck of the World Championship. At this tournament, it was the 3rd most popular deck, and we notably don't see any copies of it making the top 8 there.
So maybe people have
interesting.
I'm curious. There must have. I feel like there has to have been some kind of adjustment made by people. Maybe just more artifact / enchantment removal in the sideboard, or there must be something about the way people have tuned things to make it so that deck is not quite so dominant right now.
Some mono green landfall was represented at this tournament too. Landfall, I think, I'm seeing that come up in a couple of different tournaments. People kind of experiment in that space as well. So perhaps we'll see somebody break that deck coming up too this weekend. But Standard, we don't know a lot, but we've got some hints that some exciting things might be coming when we tune into the tournament this weekend. So just a little teaser for you. A little
tidbit,
and a moose boosh for you as we get ready. Like we said, tune in to the World Championship this weekend, Friday to Saturday, Sunday. Come watch us. We would love to have you hang out and chat. And celebrate the game amidst all of the things that are bad.
Come celebrate amidst all the bad. Which is
it's legit. It can feel counterintuitive, but it is legit.
You got to.
You got to sometimes. Let's thank the sponsors of Good Luck High Five. First one we're going to shout out is Card Kingdom. You got to go to cardkingdom.com/GLHF. That's the link to know that we sent you there, so please use it. If you're buying anything at Card Kingdom, you can buy all of Lorwyn Eclipsed now. You need some singles, you need some sealed product, whatever you need, they've got you. If you want to trade in your cards from Lorwyn Eclipsed, they've got a trade-in bonus now for store credit, which is really nice. They're just an all-around great place. They're a union shop, by the way, and they're very proud of that. And that's why we're happy to support them here on Good Luck High Five, too. So check them out right now, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. We also want to shout out Dragon Shield. You can visit them by using the link under the video or in the show notes. You all talked about these new sleeves that are coming out next month on the show last week. If you watched the video, you saw hot footage of my cat knocking these sleeves over on my table. But these are the ones that come in a color and the inside is silver.
Yeah, very pretty.
So there's a bunch of different colors that are going to come out next month. So put this on your buy in February list that I know you all keep in your email inbox. These are the green ones I'm showing off, but they have more colors, obviously.
Yeah.
We've got pink sapphire. That's pretty cool.
That is. I like that name.
Nebula in silver.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay, that's a purple color. Anyway, so keep your eye out for that. And of course, you can always use their sleeve crafter tool to make custom sleeves of whatever you want. It costs $25. I really don't know what a better value you can get in Magic these days
Yeah, I
is.
mean, honestly, feels like a lot for $25.
Yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, check out Dragon Shield. We love them. Best sleeves you can get in the business. Link under the video or in the show notes. Thank you for watching / listening, everyone. That's this episode of Good Luck High Five. I'm so happy to have been back and done
Maria,
something in society.
Maria, we're very happy to have had you back. It was, obviously wasn't the same without you. Welcome back. And, the couch chair energy, was not the same. I mean, it's as Megan and I said many times, when you're understudying, someone else.
You were playing Megan?
I was playing Megan and Megan's playing you. And it's just a confusing place to be, even if it can be delightful and fun sometimes.
Yeah, it was great.
It's
Had
a nice
a good
place,
time.
It's not a nice place to visit, but not a place you want to live,
Just like Ernie and the Moon.
Yeah. Go on.
You all know that song from Sesame Street.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Just like you knew the no.
Yeah, right.
No.
Just
know
like
your current
we
events.
knew.
I'm going to send you the video and it will bring a tear to your eye.
All right, I don't doubt it.
It's really lovely early Sesame Street song.
Yeah, all right.
What was I saying? I don't know. I'm happy to be back, y'all. We've got the Pro Tour, and then we're going to have to come home and record another episode next week. So will I be able to do that? I don't know the answer to that question.
And the answer will be whatever your body tells you.
But we'll find out, won't we?
But we will.
Hopefully on the Pro Tour, I don't do or say anything that's totally wackadoo because my brain doesn't always play ball with me these days.
Honestly, I won't be. I hope it does. I hope it's not like embarrassing or anything. But if it's just like kind of fun and cute, I think it'll be okay.
Oh boy, I hope that's what it is, Tyler. I gotta say, what's other thing is interesting about me having now my second surgery for this disease is like my body was so full of inflammation at any given moment, like my including my brain, right?
Yeah.
And so like. When your brain is inflamed, it's not good.
No, it doesn't sound good.
It's not good for your thinking ability or your cognitive focus, anything. So like, I'm very excited to see how my brain will act like in, say 4 months from now, even or whatever. Will I be able to be more?
I think you might be a beautiful mind.
I might have I'll be able to solve the millennium math problem.
I think maybe so. Yeah.
That's
I feel
what
like
I'm
it's like a boxer, who was wearing training gloves like their whole life, and then like you're taking them off, and now who's to say? Like I think I expect nothing short of like genius,
of like Pulitzer winning math situation.
So
even just saying that sentence makes me confident. It's
I don't think the math people win the Pulitzer, but maybe your math will be so good that it wins a Pulitzer. I don't know. There
could be a Pulitzer Prize in math.
Is there though?
Is there? I think it's something
there could be.
I think it's something else.
I like that you say that. Yeah,
why are we setting limits on our Pulitzers here? Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's a good comeback to anything. You're like, there could be. It's like, yeah, well, that's true. But is there?
Thank you to our patrons, patreon.com/GLHF Magic. It means so much to us that you all choose to support us.
It does. It truly
and help us do these weekly goofs with you. Remember our donation giveaway running now through February 15th. So much good stuff there. Check it out. Give to an amazing cause. Help our democracy. Period. Share it with your friends.
Link period. Question mark.
Links are under the show, by the way, or in the show notes. If you want to just click on something, boom, there you are. It's very simple for you. What else was I going to say? Oh, I won a boggle.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
no big
you
deal.
did.
And by boggle, you mean original art of the new boggle, the new the kind of cutout
art
for the boggle that is in the
Slippery
special
bog.
guest / whatever they call it now, the the thing that is like an added, you can open them in a draft pack, but it might be, it's very, very rare, but you can, you got that new Slippery Boggly Boy.
I got that Slippery Boggly Boy. It's my first piece of magic art, original magic art.
Crazy, honestly.
And I really wasn't going to do it because it's pretty expensive and whatever. But I felt like the community was like, Maria, you need to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I think you're kind of right, because when will I ever have the opportunity to own an original piece of magic art that's a boggle?
Yeah, for a card that is so near and dear to your heart.
I just truly don't know. And when I was in the bidding process, which was very sweaty,
as they always are.
I had an angel donation come in. Somebody said, I will give you this money to help you win.
Which is very, very
And
kind.
I was like, I thought they were full of it. I was like, no way. And they're like, no, I'm serious.
And it turns out they weren't full of it. They were full of money.
They were full of cash.
Yeah.
So thank you to this person. And by the way, thank you for that. And also other people had donated to this person to help me win this, by the way.
That's really
so
kind.
thank you if you were among those people. It really, really meant so much to me. I won't get this boggle in my hands until I've paid the full amount though. So it might be a while. I'm on a payment plan.
But even still.
I'm so excited. Hopefully in 1 year I'll have a boggle. But what else? I don't know. I just want to say that. Thanks, everybody.
You as well. You should.
And keep on keeping on out there. It's all we can do right now to be there for ourselves and each other.
Yes.
In a way that's stronger than I think than ever before, and needs to be.
Yeah. And I will say, everyone, you have a lot of power. Like, you truly do. And a part of what is true is that, like, that, I'm afraid of my own power. And I think a lot of us are. And I can tell you for sure that there's people in this government that are afraid of your power. So remember that. And
if you're going to be at the Pro Tour, by the way, I'm going to have buttons with me that are an ice cube that has a crossed out no sign over it.
Yeah.
Whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
Whatever
who's to say what that could
means to
mean?
you.
But if it means something to you, they'll be available.
They're for free. Come up and find me, and you can have one to wear around the convention center and in your life. Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. Producers, stick around. You're going to get extra bonus show. I know you've had a lot of show this week, but guess what? There's more.
There's more?
Guess what?
And guess what?
There be being more.
And guess what? Those hinges are going to be even farther from the door.
They're going to be so off.
Wow.
However far you thought
from the door.
However far you thought the hinges were from the door on what you just listened to, get ready.
ready.
'Cause they're going to be even farther.